Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for watching, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. Thanks everyone for your comments in the last video. Really appreciate that as well. This video, what we're going to do is I'm going to install a air injection kit. Now, it's not really a kit as much as it's just the finned covers for the air injection system. These are Royal Enfield products. If you own a Euro 5 version of this bike, it will have these covers on the front of the engine already, whereas if you have a Euro 4 or earlier bike, what you'll have is down here, you'll see right here, there's a cover on the left and the right side. What they are there for is they take air from the air box and using a solenoid inject air basically into your exhaust stream. All the system does is it just waters down your air. There's no performance gains, there's no performance restrictions, it doesn't do anything negatively to the bike. It's a passive system. All it does is water down the exhaust so it can pass emissions. So what I'm going to do is eliminate that system, basically just for the sake of the clutter that it has underneath the tank. You'll see when I pull the tank off, the hose that goes over here, and I'll explain everything to you. But firstly, what we're going to do is remove the seat in the tank and the horns, just so that we can gain access to the front of the engine, and we'll go from there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those off, and I'll be right back with you. Alright, so we've got the side cover seat tank off. As you can see here, this is the hose for the air injection. This is the air box under here, solenoid. The ECU triggers a solenoid and shoots air, or allows air to pass through this hose up to here, and then down over here into the front of the engine, where it goes into the exhaust and is discharged out the exhaust. So what we're going to do is remove the hose here, and up front it's a 5mm Allen head right there. So going to take those 4 bolts off now, and these are a 6x20 bolt. Like I say, I'll as I get this off, I'll sure. Alright, so like say 5mm wrench, but it's a actual 6mm bolt, 6x20 according to the manual. Say it is a passive system, so it doesn't actually affect anything other than when you go to do your valve service, it kind of, the hose gets in the way a bit, but I'll just take out all of these bolts. A shitty spot to get to, but this is the last one. Hoping that is that guy almost still not ready to come out. Alright, so there's the last bolt out. And this is the air injection intakes. I'll get these off and I'll show you guys. Okay, so the way these operate, of course, is the air comes from the airbox through here. There's a series of reed valves here. So these reed valves just allow, they're a one-way valve, allow the air to go in and then into the exhaust. So we're going to remove those. These are the replacement covers here. As you can see, they're a bit, these are actual Royal Enfield products. As you can see, they're a bit thinner than the stock ones that come on the Euro 4 bikes. Looks like there might have actually been a bit of exhaust leakage or backfiring through there as well. So now these are going to go on. I have also picked up some 6x16 bolts, just in case these longer bolts are too long to, I don't want them to bottom out in the hole, but I'll try them first. And I've also got picked up a 13.7 millimeter plug to go onto the solenoid. Now what I'm going to do on this, I know Hitchcock sells a kit that removes the air injection front section, and instead of having these fin plates, so they just have straight plates that go on, and their kit comes with a rubber plug that goes in the hole in the airbox, as well as a plug that attaches to this wiring harness to then, it's just a resistor in there, but that gives the ECU feedback that it's actually still working. What I'm going to do on this one is I'm just going to plug the hole here. I'm going to leave this line here, and the computer won't know any different because it doesn't actually do any measurement of stuff going, but the hose will be gone and these caps will be in place. Okay, so like I say, I'll put a link in the bottom as well to these covers. They're about 20 pound from Hitchcock's. So anyways, the hose here I'm just gonna pull it out now. There's a plastic zap strap down the bottom here, so we'll get that guy out of there. Actually, this should just pull this hose straight down. Okay, so that's eliminated, or it will be. Just gonna set it down there. The plug that I have, again, I'll put a link to this one. It's just off of AliExpress, and like I say, it's 13.7 mil. Just a rubber plug, pops right on there. Done deal. So that gets rid of that. Now as for the covers, come on around to this side. There is a left and a right cover. They have as you can tell, they're a Royal Enfield product, and there's a L2 and an R1. So I'm guessing L2 is right, R is right, and L is left, I think. So these guys. Now I don't have any gaskets. As you can tell, the original ones didn't have any type of a paper gasket or anything as well. There's a bit of a rubber gasket with the reed valves, but I'm just going to try and put these in without a gasket. If I notice any leaking, then I'll order a gasket up, but I don't really foresee there being any issues. So now this is just with the stock bolts, so I'll see if these stock bolts will seat deep enough in the holes that I can torque it. If not, I'll probably have to put the 6x16 bolts in, but I'm hoping that I don't have to. And I have the torques as well. The torque specs for this are, where are we here? 7 foot-pounds or 10 Newton meters. on these bolts. So like I say, I'll just see how deep they go. So far I don't find any resistance, so I think we can use the stock bolts. Yeah, those snug up. Now I'll put the right hand side one on. Now I'm just going to get my torque wrench, torque these guys to spec. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the last one. And it's, like I say, it's not a ton of torque. There we go. Okay. That cleans up the front end. That's it. So now we'll get the tank back on and fire it up, see if we get any check engines. Okay. All right, so here we are again now. Got everything back together. Tank on, seat on, side cover on. As you see down here, the new covers down there. So let's just flash her up and we'll see if we have any check engine lights, which we probably shouldn't. There's the dash. As you can see, no check engine light. Everything's good. Like I say, I don't think it'll affect the riding or the power of it at all, but when it comes time to do a valve check, it's just a bit easier if it's not there. So I just thought, what the hell, I'll take it off. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. If you got any comments, please put them down below. One other thing I was going to ask is that if you're watching this and you're watching right to the end here now, just put your city and country where you live in a comment, just down below. I'm just curious as to where you guys are all from. We're in Vernon, British Columbia, Canada. So if you could put just down in the comments, just down there, just like I say, I'm not asking for any details of your life or anything else, just city and country. It'd be pretty cool to see where you guys are all from. So once again, thanks a lot for watching. Like and subscribing. Keep the rubber side down, and we'll see you in the next video.